Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Paige, and today we are doing the last part of Summertide Scales and Tales. Let's get into it.
It's been a while since our last adventure. Oh, Paimon wonders how Mini Durin is getting along in Simulanka. Let's go to the Forest of Blessings and take a look.
Is that Kaya and Jean? What? Back at the
Here's your
tavern.
2 magic tonics.
I don't think you want to drink that though.
Why, thank you, young lady. And might I add that you're looking quite lovely today. Jean, come on, take a seat and let's have a drink. I ordered one for you as well.
Why did he turn when he was saying you're looking quite lovely today? He turned towards Jean, but what? Okay.
But is this really appropriate? I mean...
Still worried about Klee? Relax. Albedo's with her. She'll be fine.
Kaya and Master Jean! What are you two doing here?
Oh, look who it is. The Traveler and Paimon. You must be the pleasant surprise that Miss Alice told us about.
Oh, so you spoke to Alice as well?
Greetings to you both. This is one place I didn't expect to run into you two.
We didn't expect to run into you two.
The locals here have been talking non-stop about some brave heroes who saved the world. Let me guess. You two have been up to your old tricks.
Well, not just us. We only played a small part. You could say we were 2 members of the Heroes Adventure Team.
Still sounds mighty impressive to me. As ever, our honorary knight is making us proud wherever they roam.
Did I hear you talking about Alice and Klee?
That's right. We received a letter of invitation from Miss Alice, proposing that we take Klee for a vacation in Fairyland when work dies down.
I wasn't sure what she meant by fairyland at first, but if my eyes are not deceiving me, she was being quite literal.
Get it?
Klee ran off excitedly as soon as we arrived. I'm a little worried about her, but Albedo insisted he would look after her while we do our own thing.
We could hardly say no to such a considerate offer. So I took it upon myself to bring Jean to the nearest tavern we could find.
Any excuse for a drink, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are on vacation. It's only fair that we get to indulge ourselves a little.
You're right. I should make an effort to relax and unwind. It's what Miss Alice would want, after all.
Oh, wait, Kaya? What exactly did you order from the bar?
Yeah, I was about to say.
The house special, of course.
Mm.
Best way to get a taste of the local culture.
Yeah, I don't think you want to drink that. Oh no.
Why are you making that face, Paimon?
Nothing. I was just perpetually amused by your lifestyle, that's all. Go on, drink up.
Something tells me I need to tread carefully here.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's got a lovely color, but how about the taste?
Oh no. His face, no way. Jean is like, please.
I think maybe I'll pass.
Yeah.
But it's such a shame to waste it.
I don't think so.
All right, Paimon. Well played.
Well, Paimon got burned too, if it's any consolation. It's nothing personal.
Oh, by the way, we weren't the only ones who got invited here. I saw Kale earlier.
What?
She didn't see me, though. She was making a beeline for that big tree.
The Kingdom of Breezes and Bells, you mean? Oh, this is turning into a huge reunion. Maybe we should go say hi to her.
All right. Well, give her my regards.
Will do. Enjoy your vacation.
Thank you. Enjoy your time here, too.
I didn't expect Polly here. Is she alone?
The structure of the treehouses here is nothing short of amazing. I have to write it down so I can tell Master Tainari all about it later.
How is she alone?
Hey, Kale! You scared me. Traveler and Paimon? You got invited here too? Yep. Well, they sort of skipped the invitation part, but anyway, what you doing out here? Something caught your eye?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to observe and summarize the structures of the trees here, and also the animals that live here. Well, the residents, I guess? I still can't get over the fact that they're all someone's origami handiwork.
Once a forest ranger, always a forest ranger, huh? Not sure you'll be able to apply much of what you learn here back home, though, with this being a magical world and everything. What? Over there, by the giant
What?
footprint. Have those houses always been there?
Oh, is that mini durian?
Oh, those? The local flying squirrels told me that they were built by a small dragon and some guy wearing a hat.
That makes sense.
Oh, that must have been Mini Durin and Hat Guy. Any idea where they went?
Supposedly, after building the houses, they went to somewhere called, Constellation Metropole? Did I say that right?
Yep, you got it. Oh, also, when the locals mentioned the dragon, did they seem at all, did they say how they felt about him at all?
Now that you mention it, the atmosphere changed a little when they talked about him.
Oh no.
They mentioned some stuff along the lines of past misunderstandings and welcoming new members.
Hmm.
I only just got here, so I know very little about what has happened in the past. They seemed genuinely grateful for the houses, though, and said they were going to plan a welcome party.
Oh, thank
that's
goodness.
nice.
Phew. Sounds like the forest has begun to accept him. It's
Yeah.
a step in the right direction.
Are you looking for that small dragon?
Yeah, he's a new friend we made after we arrived here.
No way! Really? I'm getting more and more interested in your story. No. I've got to save it for next time. For now, I've got to make the most out of my time in this wonderful world.
Yeah, I love this world, and this tree is amazing.
Oh, there's no rush. Just take it slow and enjoy yourself. Like Kaya. Oh, he sends his regards, by the way.
Oh, Mr. Kaya is here too? Then I've got to go say hi to him.
Well, right now he's at the tavern and he probably won't be leaving until he's drunk. Not that he'll ever reach that point because his alcohol tolerance is so high. Basically, it's Kaya. You know where to find him.
You make a good point, Paimon. Then I'll focus on exploring for now, and go catch up with him later.
Shall we go pay a visit to the Metropole Traveler? Maybe Minnie, Durin, and Hat Guy are still there.
Yeah, let's go see what they are up to.
Oh, right. By the way, something pretty interesting has been happening in Sumeru recently.
Hmm.
Master Trinari has been working really hard on it, so if you have time, definitely go and check it out.
All right.
Sounds good. We'll find some time in our schedule.
Take it easy, Coley.
Of course. See you later.
Oh, they are here. Oh, is that Mona?
What? Are my eyes deceiving me? There is no way. I can't believe it.
So she is Mona's master, I told you.
Hey, Mona! We heard you muttering from a long way away. What's up? Oh, is your scry glass acting up again?
Oh, it's you, the saviors of this world. My scry glass is fine, but I'm not sure I can say the same about my eyes. Look at this statue.
What? Is it broken or something? Looks fine to Paimon. That's your master, right? AKA the goddess of prophecy?
I refuse to believe it. There's no way that old hag looks anything like this.
Maybe she did when she was younger.
When she was younger. Oh, actually, now that you mention it, this does remind me of the fashionista phase she wrote about in her diary. She can't hear me, can she? I swear I just got chills down my spine.
She's right behind you.
Either way, it's probably a little rude to talk about her right under her statue.
Yeah.
But how do you know it's a statue of her if you never saw her as a young woman?
True.
I did a quick scry when I came into this world, and when I saw the stars' reflections, I was at a loss for words. It looks like fate in Simulanka is based directly on Tevat, a projection of real-world fate to form an image of reality. Or in layman's terms, basically the creator made this world inside a mirror or a lake, and this world is the reflection.
Still sounds pretty impressive.
The more I scried, the more familiar everything looked. It's her work, there's no doubt about it. Even so, everything's far more complex than I'd imagined. Trying to decipher it all is giving me quite a headache. I also asked the locals about her. They call her she who has dominion over the stars and the course of fate itself. Not even a pretense of humility. Clearly, she let the role of creator goddess get to her head. Not that I'm surprised in the least, of course. It certainly matches the tone of her diary. Anyway, we should change the topic.
Oh, so Mona, have you seen a small dragon around by any chance? He's about the same size as Paimon, but with tiny little wings.
Ah, you mean the one that caused all that trouble? I haven't seen him for myself, but I heard that he came to the Metropole not long ago to formally apologize for his actions. Apparently, he brought a huge stash of Toitanium and plant oil to make amends. Most people accepted his apology, although there are some who said that they'll reserve judgment until they've seen how he acts in the future.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Do you know where we can find him?
One moment.
Ooh. I love that. I was always fascinated by this. Mona is such a great character.
Ah, it looks like he's at the Broken Sea. There's a big group of people with him, too.
More friends?
Cool. Wanna come with us? We can introduce you.
I think I'll sit this one out. This might be the closest I ever get to meeting the old hag in her youth, so I think I'll spend some time seeing what else I can glean from her grand design. You guys have fun.
Be careful, Mona. Thanks for your astrological assistance.
Anytime.
We'll be off now. See you later, Mona.
Osvaldo Halfnavines!
What?
Dost thou see what I am seeing? Tell me that my all-perceiving Aug de Verurtelung deceiveth me not.
Your eyes see true, mein Fräulein.
Very well. Then, as sovereign ruler of the Immenachreich, I extend to you both my greetings, O Night Dragon from the land of the Thousand Stars and his hat-wearing servant.
Who did you just
What?
call a servant?
Oh no, official, run.
What mein Fräulein means to say is, hello, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, Oz. Save the day.
Pleasure to meet you too. But Hat Guy's not my servant. He's my friend.
Now you're over-explaining.
Hat guy, Mini Durin! Found you at last. Whoa, and Fischl's with you too?
Oh, greetings, Outlander blessed by the Immenachreich. How honored you are to meet your prinzessin beneath the stars of another sky. Clearly a decision made by fate itself.
Clearly. I echo your sentiments, Your Highness.
Miss Honorary Knight, Paimon!
Hey! And Albedo. Nice.
Greetings. You both look well.
Hey there, Klee! Have you been having fun here?
Yup, loads and loads of fun. There are so many cute animals and a magic train that was really long and a huge, huge castle and a king lives there and everything.
Aw.
I've been taking Klee to see all the sights. It's been a very enriching experience. Alice's magic is truly outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom's amazing. Klee wants to build a great big house now, too.
Aw.
So, your mom and my mom were friends?
Yeah, that makes you best friends.
Mm-hmm. Our moms were friends, which makes you my big brother. My mom used to read your mom's stories to me all the time. They were great.
Big brother?
You're part of the family now.
Wow. Thank you, Klee. Can I go play with Klee, Hat Guy?
Aw.
Suit yourself.
Albedo, can I?
Go on. Just don't go too far away. I'll come pick you up later.
Yay! Come on, Mini Durin. Do you want to come play with us too, Fischl? Your princessin accepts your invitation. Rejoice! Though you may be concealed by fog, still you shall have the good fortune to witness the true might of the Aug de Bertelang.
What Mein Fräulein
Thank
means
you,
to
Oz.
say is, perhaps we can all play hide and seek together. Mein Fräulein is it.
Hooray! I love hide and seek!
Oh, me too!
That's so sweet.
To return to our previous discussion, Mr. Hat Guy, you were telling me about a prophecy?
I heard B talking to M. What she said was,
Since you're so persistent, let me tell you a secret. Our child will one day rise from the dead.
Wait, what?
Is she saying that Dragon Spine Durin will come back to life?
Oh no, she's talking about Doran. What? I'm shocked.
I only heard it in a memory, so don't hold me to it.
Understood. My recent observations at Dragonspine lend credence to this prophecy as well. Durin's heart has slowly but surely been growing in vitality. The process is extremely slow, but the trend is clear.
What should we do?
Should we be worried?
To start with, plan for every potential scenario, including, of course, the worst case scenario. I am well aware of Durin's past, and I sincerely hope that things never escalate to that point. Still, we need to be prepared for every possibility. If the prophecy is true, and Durin's heart will one day beat again, I'd like to hope that whatever rises from the dead is no evil dragon.
Yeah, let's hope so.
If you understand what I mean.
Kind of? But not really.
And so, when the time comes, Mr. Hat Guy, will you and Simulanka's Durin be willing to lend us a hand in our hour of need?
Huh? What's this got to do with me?
You saved the Durin of this world. I don't see that as a mere coincidence. If there is any meaning to be read into the actions of the three goddesses, beyond fairy tale whimsy alone, I can only boldly speculate that the fate of this reflected world may have a reciprocal effect upon our own world.
Yeah, well, let's hope it's a happy ending.
If Durin of Dragonspine will soon come back to life, we will need many Durin's help, as well as yours, given that your fates are now intertwined.
Well, that's a nuisance.
To be sure, it certainly won't be easy.
Albedo! There's a flying paper ship over there! Can we go see it together, please?
Sure. 2 seconds, I'll be right with you. Please give my suggestion some thought, Mr. Hat Guy.
Hat Guy, I'm back! Huh? What were you guys talking about?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Huh. Okay then. Let's go join the others. Everyone's going to check out the new origami ship.
All right, I'll be right there.
Wanderer, are you worried about Doran?
Why would I be? Do I strike you as someone who cares about other people's issues?
Now that he saved Simulanka's Doran, maybe he'll be sympathetic to the Doran of our world.
Quit trying to guess what I'm thinking. I'm leaving.
Albedo was right. He needs time to think about it for himself. Oh, that's cute.
Aww, what a lovely little boat!
The forest fairy helped us make it.
Paimon just realized there's a lot fewer people around the Broken Sea now. Guess most of them have made their way back to the Metropole. Does this boat have a name? I can't see one anywhere.
Are we gonna use it to get back to our world?
Huh? A name?
Every boat has a name. At least, all the ones I've seen before.
They're usually symbolic names that represent something aspirational.
Let's go with the Durin.
Yeah, that's a fitting name.
Huh? You want to name it After me?
Oh, you mean to wish Mini Durin a safe voyage as he sails into a new chapter of his life beyond this world?
Your princessin approves. Let this vessel bear the name of the most esteemed dragon of the night.
The Durin. Let's call it that then. Thank you, Hat Guy. Also, can I ask you a favor?
Go on.
Remember how Mom's friend said I should be able to leave this world? Well, I want to pay a visit to your world. Just a quick trip, can we?
That would be cool.
Huh?
Is that a no?
Aw,
Paimon thinks that's a great idea.
yeah.
If the people of Simulanka are allowed to go to Teyvat, then what's the problem with taking Mini Durin there for a visit?
I'm assuming I'll have to be your bodyguard while we're there.
I can protect myself. And I'll do what you say. I won't fly off on my own, I promise. Please, can I go?
You cannot say no right now.
It'll be up to you to stick close. If you disappear on me, don't expect me to come looking.
Got it! I'll stick close!
Why don't you take the Durin? Now you've given it a name, it'll be a maiden voyage for the boat and a brand new journey for you.
Are you leaving, Mini Durin? Okay. Well, make sure you come visit me in Mondstadt so we can play together again. Klee will draw you a map to show you the way.
Though our time together has been as fleeting as a ray of light in the depths of the long night,
Oh
the
my God.
Imanakresh will welcome you with the grandest of music ceremonies on the occasion of our next reunion. As surely as the stars in the sky watch over us, we shall meet again.
Her text is so long that the animation stopped. Just
What Main Fräulein means is that you're always welcome to visit her at home as well.
Cool! I have so many new friends now! I'm so happy!
Are you done yet? If you want to leave, then get over here.
take care.
Thank you, everyone! Thank you so much! The blessings you gave me are more precious than any treasure and more beautiful than any fairy tale. Next time, it will be my turn to make your wishes come true.
Aw. Oh, and we've got the picture book. That's nice. Oh, we can travel as well. That's cool. Right, let's go to Sumeru City. Oh right, didn't Kale say Sumeru City has been pretty lively lately? Aren't you even a little curious? Sounds fun to me. Right? Paimon agrees. Then let's go see what's going on. For our first stop, maybe start with the academia. That's where all the info is, after all. Let's see then. I'm curious on what's happening here. Oh, Parmesan. Is this without... Oh, okay. Look, that's Farzan over there. Do you think we should ask? Even just glancing at the borrowing records gives me flashbacks to how awful that book was. How irritating. Farzan, what are you doing talking to yourself over there? I am Madame Farzan, after all. It's not out of place for me to mull things over out loud, wouldn't you say? But in this case... Never mind, forget about it. Why the two of you suddenly decide to drop by? Well, about that, we heard something about a party and didn't want to miss out. Colette told us that Sumeru is the place to be now. Apparently tons of interesting things are happening, so we thought we'd ask around. Any idea what she was talking about? Interesting things. What might Colette find interesting? Tainari's tail getting so fluffed up like a ball of tumbleweed? Or Sino climbing a tree and getting his hood caught on a branch? Oh my god. Wow, we really missed all that. Seriously, and nobody thought to tell me. Still, she said there was something big everyone's been talking about. Can you think of anything slightly more significant? More significant. Ah, is something the matter, madam? Well, now that you mention it, it must be what I think it is. Recently, rumors have been going around about a certain book. That's a classic horror story opening. It's not some kind of forbidden tome or anything like that, is it? Forbidden tome? Huh. As far as I'm concerned, it might as well be. Tell me, have you ever read one of those really, really, really badly written detective novels? I don't think I have. Paimon has. Paimon has. Tell me exactly how bad it is. Leave this to Paimon. For example, the type where you start off thinking it's a locked room murder mystery, but it actually turns out that the whole building was just moved. That's right, or is supposed to be based on pure reasoning and logical deduction, but at the end it turns out that the culprit has some kind of superpower. Exactly, or it turns out super serious, but in the second half it just reveals that everyone lost their memories out of the blue. Or is set in a mountain village in the middle of a snowstorm, and the police officer who's been portrayed as a serious figure throughout the whole story suddenly turns out to be the murderer without even the slightest hint of foreshadowing. You're both being way too specific. My apologies, I let myself get a bit carried away there for a moment. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I did borrow a book like that a few days past. So you borrowed a badly written book. But that happens to the best of us. No, that's the problem. Blizzard-swept mountains, villages, superpowers, police officers who turn out to be criminals. This book had it all and more. Reading it was tantamount to torture. And despite how complicated it wasn't engaging in the slightest. But there have been all sorts of rumors circulating about this book. Because of the strange marks drawn over all the pages, people are saying that it must be concealing secrets. Do you think there's treasure involved? Oh my god, Paimon. I'm not sure, but there must be many who believe so. Not only have more and more people been borrowing it, but they've all been specifically asking for the marked up copy. Have you borrowed it too? Yes, I have. As you well know, I'm a scholar, so it's only natural to have a bit of curiosity. So just what secrets does the book at the center of the rumors actually hold? I read through carefully from start to finish. Most of the marks are circles, but the beginning and end points of each stroke differ, as does the color of the ink used. Most importantly, all the names of people in the book have been circled. Not only that, many of them are adapted from famous figures in Sumeru's history. Some speculate that these marks must have been left by different scholars over the eras, each researching the book's secrets, each searching for a name they believed in. Others believe that they are a different kind of notation made by different people belonging to the same organization, and that the names circled are their code names. Still others think that it is some kind of encryption cipher, but even after finishing it, I came no closer to uncovering the mystery. Not only was reading it a complete waste of time, but sheer absurdity of the shoddy excuse for a plot several times over. I was so angry that I returned the book immediately, and when I came to the house of Tina today, I found lots of people skulling around. I suppose they are all still looking for that thing. No wonder you zoned out like that. Paimon's suggesting you won't be borrowing any more detective novels anytime soon. Indeed. Paimon, traveler, surely the two of you must understand how I feel. Don't worry, madam. I feel your frustration. What's the book called? We'll borrow it and take a look ourselves. It's called Reasoning Knows Not Time of Day, but Suspense Always Follows a Blizzard. You sure it's a detective novel? Sounds more like the title of a light novel. Tell me about it. Anyway, read it at your own risk. It truly is unbearably boring. This was so long, like, I don't know. I wish it was voiced, at least. There's so many books with long titles. Let Paimon have a look. Working hard and vacationing harder. What the heck? An atlas of rare rainforest dwelling species, professional edition. Wait. An art of the construction of coffee machines. Who exactly reads these? Secrets of the elemental sciences. The book jacket even says expert approved. The former sage Cyrus praises this as an excellent entry-level book. And this one, a compilation and summary of common basic grammar rules for rare languages of ancient desert peoples. Arc. Arc? Now Paimon's dizzy. It's just so many words. Come on, Paimon. You can learn 20 different... Huh? Is that Layla over there? Let's just ask her. She may know something. Traveler Paimon, it's been so long. I'm still a bit tired. Didn't sleep well last night? I was reading a novel, so I stayed up late. It wasn't that detective novel that everyone's been talking about, was it? The one with the super long name. Oh no, if you're talking about reasoning knows not time of day, but suspense always follows Blizzard. Alright, yes. No, it wasn't that one. Madame Farazan said it was really dull, so I didn't borrow it. So you're not that interested in the book's secrets. I haven't even been able to keep up with my own work, even though I'm up late all the time these days. But way more people have been interested in the book than I ever imagined. 7 or 8 in a single morning. I feel like a living signboard sitting here like this. Kaveh asked me the same question, so he must be looking for it too. He was even hiding behind the ladder before, looking for something. He looked really embarrassed. What? Searching for something, hiding behind the ladder. He must be after Mora. What? That's gotta be it, so he can hurry up and pay off his debt to... Wait, no, let's just pretend Paimon didn't say anything. Layla, you're really sleepy, right? You must be dreaming this conversation. I didn't really get it anyway, but if you say so, it's a dream. Thank you, we'll keep on looking. Okay, see you next time. It's not often Layla falls asleep so quickly. Good for her. Paimon thinks we should go ask Kaveh now. If he's searching for the book, he must know something. But where is he now? Good question, but we can try hanging around where he might show up. There's a good chance he's there right now, right? Oh my god, I'm getting tired of this. No. Why did he choose not to voice this part? But I'll just do it, because maybe most of you skipped this. Or maybe not. I don't know. Did you skip it? Where the hell do we need to go? Is it outside? What are we looking at? Do you ever think we seem like a pair of thieves? Hiding here to ambush Kaveh, it almost feels like we're here to extort him or something. Wait, what? Paimon's not sure why that is though. We just want to ask him a couple of questions, that's all. Don't make it sound like we're the baddies. When have you ever been bothered by your conscience? That sounds like footsteps. Quick, let's take a look. Stop right there, cop. Oh. Hey, Tom, what are you doing here? Good question. Surprising indeed. I was under the impression that you knew I lived here. Good morning. Good morning. What can I do for you? Nothing. Never mind. Goodbye then. That was quick. He just left. Does he have work to do or something? Footsteps again. They're heading towards the door. Stop right there, Kave. What are you doing here? Good question. Surprising indeed. Paimon was under the impression that the only reason we'd be here was if we were looking for you. Paimon, you don't sound like yourself. Looking for a certain book by any chance? Wait, what? Here's the deal. You and Paimon pulled Kave to one side and how were they expecting me to read all that? What? It was like you blinked and the text disappeared. Anyway, how is it you guys know everything? And there I was thinking I'd be super discreet the whole time. No one should even have noticed. Come on, get real. You really think that no one knows you live here? Hey, that's not fair. Of course nobody knows except for Sino, Tainari, Kole, and the two of you, right? Friends are friends, so if they know, well, they know. But what if a stranger overheard us? It would be a disaster. It might even impact my career. Anyway, about that book. You believe it contains intel about hidden treasure, don't you? Looking to get rich quick, are we? Yeah, are you offering to help find it? Why didn't you say so earlier? So there really is treasure. How about this? We help you find it and split the loot 50-50. It's a deal. Traveler, after all we've been through, it's finally our turn to get rich. No need to keep yapping. Hidden treasure. Hey, Paimon. Is that Dia? Are we just gonna meet everyone in Sumeru? Must be my lucky day running into you like this. Dia, you mercenaries are pretty tuned into the grapevine. Did I say grapevine? Grapevine. Have you ever heard of a book called Reasoning Knows Not Time of Day, but Suspense Always Follows a Blizzard? Wait, you guys are looking for it too? By two, you don't mean you're looking for it too? Darn, it does. So, does that mean we're finally gonna have to square off against Dia? I was confused there. Wait a minute, would you mind telling me exactly why you're looking for it? Once more you go over the rumors that Farzan told you. If it really does turn out to be something important, I'll be sure to let you know if I hear anything. What, really? From your reaction before, Paimon thought you were after it too. Don't worry, a client had asked me to get her the book, but her attitude seemed off somehow, so I didn't take the commission. She's a smart cookie though, and it was like she was hiding something, so I thought she must have had an ulterior motive. Besides, I have other things to look into right now. Compared to some commissions, it's more important that you uncover the truth behind that book. Anyway, no time to lose. I've gotta get going. Alright then, good luck, and don't forget to tell us if you hear anything. Right. Where is this taking us, though? I wonder who Dia's client could be. Hey. Hi, Kave. How are you so fast? Flying's faster than running? Sorry, it's a traveler thing. Having been through so much, I run fast. Alright, listen to me. It's like this. Paimon, don't get your hopes up. That book, it isn't some kind of treasure map, it's just an unbelievably unremarkable, surpassingly ordinary detective novel. But didn't you say there was treasure? If most people backtrack like that, Paimon just think they changed their mind and wanted to keep all the moral for themselves. But that's not something you do. No, I'm sorry. I just couldn't bring myself to tell you earlier, so I played along with what you were saying. Here's what happened. I borrowed the book a month ago. When I opened it to the first page, I discovered one of the names was printed incorrectly. That night, I'd been drinking just a little, and I was starting to feel drowsy, so I picked up a pen and circled the name. As I'm sure you know, the House of Dina allows borrowers to annotate the books they take out, and I'm in the habit of doing that too, so at the time I didn't give it a second thought. But after I was a dozen or so pages in, I realized that the names of all the characters in the book had intentionally been written slightly wrong. Maybe it would be more accurate to say that the novel itself was quite strange. All the characters' names were based on real historical figures, but rather than using their original names, they had been tweaked ever so slightly. Most people would assume that the author had made a mistake or that there been a printing error when they saw spelling mistakes like that. I didn't find the content particularly appealing, so I returned it before I finished reading it. But later on, I heard that the book had suddenly become the talk of the town and that there were rumors about mysterious treasure or something. And you thought it had something to do with you? It certainly does sound like it. Yeah, and I also heard that now all the names in the book have been circled, not just one. I just haven't been able to figure out what in the event must have happened after I returned it. Did you tell anyone else that you borrowed it? Let me think. Tainari? Last time we met, I also told him all about how poorly parts of the book were written. He said that made it sound pretty funny, so much in fact that he suddenly wanted to take a look himself. You made it sound like it was so bad it's good. In that case, let's go find Tainari. That's fine with me, but I still have some work to finish up and it's pretty urgent. How about I head back first and we can meet up again later once I'm done? No problem, hope your work goes well. Me too, thanks. See you later then. Over there, over there. Hi, Tainari. I heard you. Why are they saying things twice? How is it going, Traveler and Paimon? You guys sure look excited. You tell Tainari about how you're looking for the novel, reasoning... Okay, I'm not gonna read all that again. As you do so, you reflect once more on how absurdly long the title is and how even just saying it out loud you feel tired. Makes you feel tired. Ah, that one, yes, I did go to the House of Dina to borrow it. Kaveh said it wasn't worth reading, but I was curious, so I went and read it anyway. The problem was there were already two names circled in the book I borrowed, and the style each circle was different. It was like some kind of game. Someone had drawn a red circle around the name of the first character that appeared, then someone else had drawn a green circle around another name. So in the time between Kaveh returning the book and you taking it back out again, someone else had already annotated it? That's right. Paimon shared that the first circle was drawn by Kaveh. Yes, no surprise there. That dog is so loud, Jesus Christ. If you stop and think about it for but a second, guessing the identity of the second annotator should be trivial. Wait, you mean it was... If there are two people living in a house and one of them drew the first circle, then it's highly likely that the other person left a mark too. Good point. Sometimes those two really are too much. In the end, it is as I suspected from the beginning. The first character whose name had been circled on the very first page turned out to be the murderer. Surely that's just a blatant spoiler. Like that joke where someone opens a novel and bam, there's a note in the margin that spoils everything right from the start. What kind of joke would be so cruel? That was one of Cyrus's, and it wasn't just a joke. He said he actually pulled a stunt like that when he was younger. Who was lucky enough to borrow the book after he'd scribbled all over it? My master Nafis and Professor Zaha Hadi, who had a seminar with him that very afternoon. Cyrus said that Master once threatened to give him a good beating by the side entrance of the House of Dina. I think that was when Sino's story quest, like second story quest, was happening. It was only thanks to my mother and Professor Zaha Hadi intervening that it didn't happen. Paimon doesn't sympathize with Cyrus at all, not one bit. Not one bit. Bid. The House of Dinan has never stopped people from annotating books, but this seems like a special case. I didn't think the book could be allowed to keep circulating like that. So I circled several names myself, laying a false trail. The best place to hide a leaf is in the forest. It's a simple principle. Well, when you put it like that, but still. How many names did you circle, Dainari? Let me think, not too many, about 3 or 4. I chose them all randomly. Then who circled the other names in the book? Or the other names? There must have been others who borrowed it and did something similar. I'm just not sure why. Who'd have thought borrowing books could be so complicated? Go to the treasure street. What's this quest about? Like, right now it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know, did you guys like this part? It's like, it feels like so, I don't know. Look, there's Dia. Let's tell her what the real story is. Candace is here too. So I need to reflect a little on what I did. What happened? To meet you here today is surely due to the guidance of the gods. Greetings. Candace, is this a personal trip? Today's trip to the city is to buy provisions for the people of our village, as well as help Miss Setaria deliver a message to the sages of the Academia while I'm here. On the way, I happened to see Dia sitting in the cafe looking down, so I came over to chat with her. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. It's just that I suddenly remembered a few details about the book after talking with you. Before that client had even contacted me, I'd heard rumors of an exciting novel full of undiscovered secrets. Out of curiosity, I asked Sinon to take it out for me. As a desert dweller and a mercenary to boot, the idea of solving a mysterious treasure map is pretty exciting. Paimon totally guessed that. We inherited our custom of searching for the gold and wisdom in the sands from the gods themselves. But that book turned out to be dry as dust. A bunch of names had been circled, but I still couldn't figure out what the puzzle was supposed to be despite reading the whole thing through carefully from start to finish. In the end, I started to think it was some kind of ritual or game or something, so I picked up a pen and drew a circle of my own. But later on, Miss Dunyarzad asked her parents to find a way to borrow it for her. She said the mysterious markings fascinated her, even though she couldn't get into the book herself. If they were just regular annotations, it wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary, but these strange circles, you can't help but want to try and figure out what they might mean. So Dia, what you're reflecting on is having accidentally interfered with other people's reading experiences. Is that correct? Wait, hold on a second. Why did you tell Candace? She's a warrior, you know. Sometimes she has to interrogate criminals and other things like that too. Everyone recognizes that her job is sacred, so when we need to think over what we've gone wrong, we'll talk to her about it. Please don't be too surprised, my dear traveler. To me, listening to other people's mistakes is just another way of protecting them. By speaking of your own mistakes and hearing sincere advice in return, improvement will come over time. That's the way we do things. But all she did was draw a circle, and it's not like she was deliberately trying to mess with anyone. Besides, everyone agrees that the book itself is just bad. Don't worry about it, Dia. That's true. I was just telling Candace how bizarre it is. But be that as it may, it doesn't change the fact that it just ain't right to mess with someone else's enjoyment of a book. That's the bottom line. Anyway, Dia, please have faith that the gods will forgive your transgression. Besides, you told me about the part of the story where one of the suspects in the case ended up crawling out of the village on his hands and knees, and he was named Al-Ahmal. That's right, the detective in the book argued that he must have leapt across the broken bridge like a frog. Of course, you find out later on his conjecture was totally off base. Why is that? Because it turns out that Al-Ahmar has a superpower so he could float right across the broken bridge. What the heck is the book even about? It sounds completely ludicrous. Al-Ahmar is simply too reminiscent of the good name of King Dashret, don't you think? Though considering how transgressive this book sounds, I don't think it's worth overthinking it. You're right. You know, I can't help but wonder what our friends at the Temple of Silence would say if they somehow got their hands on this book. I'm sure those sages would be able to unpack interesting ideas from the text we ordinary people could scarce dream of. It's normal for there to be bridges outside blizzard-swept mountains village and normal for them to get broken, but for a person to cross one by floating through the air, why resort to such a lame plot device? Is it really a serious detective novel? Sounds more like something out of a comic script. I was starting to get where Farzan was coming from. If I'd gotten all excited about reading a detective novel but ended up reading tripe like that instead, better not to even think about it. So where's the book now? Not sure. I returned it after I was done reading it, and back then there weren't as many markings inside as the rumors say there are. Alright then, Detective Paimon is still on the case. Hello, has, you know what, been returned yet? There are two copies of this book. One's been marked up, the other hasn't. I'm guessing you're looking for the one with the marks. You saw right through us. Many others have asked for it too. I apologize though, it seems it hasn't been returned yet. Please come back again later. Can't you at least tell us who borrowed it? Well, as long as it isn't overdue, we'll wait patiently for it to be returned. Disclosing borrowers' identities without proper reason for doing so would be a violation of professional ethics, so you'll have to forgive me for keeping that information confidential. Sorry guys, but I'm getting so tired from reading all this. You've got a point. It would be terrible if someone looking to steal a book started harassing whoever had borrowed it. Hey, you two look as confused as a couple of Aranara who've just run into each other head first. Is this Nahida? Are you looking for something? I can help. That's Nahida's voice. Hi there. Oh, hi. Nahida, have you heard of a book called, oh my god, why do they push that title on and on? Reasoning knows not time of day, but suspense always follows a blizzard. Such a long name, but yes, I know the one you mean. I heard that everyone was looking for it and it sounded fascinating, so I found a brand new copy to read myself. By brand new, do you mean it wasn't a copy with all the markings on it? Yes, that's right. I was more interested in the content of the book itself than all those rumors about hidden treasure, so an unmarked copy was all I needed. Speaking of which, it's funny, there's more than one copy of this book, but everyone's looking for the one where all the names have been circled. Are they all afraid of spoilers, or do they actually crave them? Oh, then do you know who has the copy from the markings right now? I just so happen to have seen it in the hands of one of your friends. If you're looking for the copy that sparkled all the rumors, you should look around near the palace of Algazakh. Yes. Alcazarzare. 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 The palace of Alcazarzare. That's the one. Is that Dory? Oh, Dory was there? Oh, Dory was there, okay. Dory, Sino, and Sethos. Darn you, General Mahamatra, entrapment isn't gonna work. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Hey, what do you mean by entrapment? You were the one who said you had a book. I said I wanted to read it, then you agreed to meet me here. Sino showing up too was just a coincidence, pure coincidence. You don't play games with me. I know who you are. You're that new kid Setos, right? I know you're a friend of Sino's. So you don't know who I am. I saw how Sino was chasing you around trying to get you to play cards, oh my god, and how you found an excuse to run off after a couple of rounds right after. That left quite an impression. You didn't have to mention that. No, I think Dory is right about that. You always look for a way out when it comes to playing Invocation. It's becoming quite a problem. Traveler in Paimon, you've been standing there for quite a while. Does he have an eye here somewhere? If it isn't my dear traveler in Paimon, what brings the two of you to the palace of Alzarzar? Might it be that you have come to do business with me, the Lord Sangema Bey? Of course. Please give me a moment to conclude our business here, then I'll be with you straight away. Anyway, General Mahamatra, as I am sure you are all aware, as I'm sure you are well aware, the means by which I had someone borrow this book from the House of Dina were both completely legal and perfectly reasonable. Seeing as it isn't yet time to return it, you have no right to forcibly seize a book I borrowed. That would only be the case had you not engaged in any irregular activities. What? Yet just now a buyer, Setos, came to the palace of Alzarzar, what? On the basis of a mysterious message to meet a seller, hoping in vain to purchase a detective novel. What do you mean, buyer? He's one of your people. You sent him here to deliberately try to buy it and entrap me. That is not something I can acknowledge. What I can tell you is that I've had my eyes on this book for some time. Remember, it is forbidden to transfer or sell books from the House of Dina without explicit approval from the relevant authorities. I'm not selling anything, just to be clear. I'm just making the most of an opportunity. Of course you are. If someone pays me a little something on the side, I lend them this mysterious little novel to browse for a bit. So not even selling, it's just like renting something that's not yours. That's even better. If you don't believe me, just ask any of my curious readers. Yes, that's right, your readers. Anyway, I was just showing him the book. Is that so? And here I was thinking you were really going to go through with an illegal transaction like this, Setos. Wait, what? You two really aren't together? I was just really curious about this book. I finally managed to track it down, but Sino, it's true that Dory never actually said she wanted to sell this book. So she isn't the mastermind who started all this? The mastermind? So by your own account, it looks like you might have jumped to a gun a bit, General Mahamatra. I'm not handing the book over. You may think you've played an ace, Dory, But when you opened the book just now, I saw the truth revealed before me. The book's return date is today. Ah, that Sinus sure got sharp eyes. That's right, I do have good vision. You have less than half an hour before the book is overdue. Give it to me and I will return it. How could I just hand it over to you like that? This is a mysterious, super awesome, mega amazing paragon of illogical detective novels that is practically a treasure. I'm gonna make a fortune off of it. Should you really be admitting that out loud? I didn't say I was going to sell it. It's not like I was being serious. Dory, Sino, why don't you two play a little game with the book as the stakes? That's one way of solving it. How about it, Dory? Do you dare accept the challenge? If you win, I'll turn a blind eye to the book for the time being, and if you lose, you have to hand it over. Ah, sounds interesting. Very well, I'm in. What's the contest? Are both of you confident in your powers of mental recall? My memory is not bad. Yes. And you have both read the contents of this book, correct? That's right. Huh? Sino, you've actually read it. Well, needless to say, so have I. In that case, I'll just open up the book and flip through a few pages and you tell me how many names have been circled. Best out of 3 wins. Sounds good? That's nuts. What, chickening out? No, it's game on. Let's go. Good, in that case, the first page. 6. 6. Both correct. Next, the second page. I think it was 4. I'd say 4. Oh, both of you are right again. 2 draws, so it all hangs on the next question. Listen up. Page 61. What? That I don't quite remember. 7? I know, the answer is 5. Absolutely correct. The answer is 5. Sino, is your memory really that good? I'm not buying it. How did you know that? It's not actually because I have a good memory, but because the circling of the names left a deep impression on me. After I borrowed it, I noticed the names on the first few pages had been selectively circled by different people. Each person's penmanship was different, and moreover, I recognized 3 of the circles as having been drawn by Tainari. Few others use the same color of ink as he does, so it was instantly recognizable. You even know that? Yes, I learned of that habit of his long ago. At that time, I had just been promoted General Mahamatra and would go to a secret base when I wanted to get through all the trivial tasks in my in-tray at once with minimal disturbances. I would often find Tainari hidden away on a tree there, doing his homework. Noticing the writing implements he favored wasn't exactly detective work. In all these years, he's never once changed the ink he uses. Back to that book. Anyone who's read it knows that the first name circled is the real murderer. Perhaps Tainari did not want the plot to be spoiled for anyone else, so he circled other names. Annotating or making a book is not in itself a violation of book borrowing regulations. But why are all the other markers there? Is there some conspiracy behind them? What do they have to do with Tainari? I want to get to the bottom of this, even if it's just for the sake of my friend. And to uncover the secret, you must become a part of the conspiracy. So, circled all the other names that were left in the book. To think you'd do such a thing, so there's no treasure at all, it was just you guys all along. That's right, should you wish to hide a grain of sand, bury it in the desert, and in that grain of sand, I can catch a glimpse of the truth. And so you were drawn to it, making your plans, yet in a twist of fate were discovered by me. No matter how vast this world is, you cannot run from the long arm of the law. Wow, you're making a meal out of this, aren't you? You really have way too much time on your hands. Okay, I give up, you win. That's enough for today. It is time for Lord Sangama Bay to return to her room for some repose. Farewell, all. So, do you intend to take this book back to the Temple of Silence? I'd heard there was treasure hidden inside and thought it might have something to do with the temple. I never thought that was the real story behind it. But when you agreed to compete, I had already surmised you were familiar with this book. That's why I chose that particular format. Brilliant move, bro. What's with that look? We're just thinking, there have been more twists and turns in the story behind the book than in the actual story itself. Well, as long as you got it back, I'll leave uncovering the rest of the secrets to you and take my leave for now. See you later, everyone. Can I borrow the book? Of course. After Sino hands you the book, you and Paimon quickly thumb through it. Though you weren't reading very carefully, you can tell that something's not quite right. The plot is wildly imaginative, and just as everyone says, though most of the names in the book seem familiar, on closer inspection, you realize that they aren't actually the names of the historical figures you thought they were at first. Not only that, but every name has been circled. Thinking back on the course of events, you fall silent, and then you explain the full story. How unexpected, but still, it does make sense, and it is far better than the existence of an actual conspiracy. In that case, I still have other plans. Last time I was at Caravan Ribat, I promised I'd meet Dia and Candice for drinks. Traveler, could I trouble you to return the book for me? Sure, leave that to me. Thanks, friend. Well, we're finally back. Now let's return this book. You really found the book? Amazing! I've been waiting here for it to be returned so I could see it as soon as possible. You recount the entire tale to Kave's eager ears. Seriously? How is that even possible? I circled the actual murderer. Paimon's pretty surprised by this whole thing too. Let's just take care of the book problem first. What, burn it? Hello, this book, it's probably all my fault for using permanent ink to mark a page, since that caused a whole mess of other things to happen. Now it's all marked up like this, and there's even a risk of those marks spoiling the story, so I'd like to buy it. The whole issue should be avoidable if the Academia uses the money to buy a new copy. Would you please consider my proposal? Mr. Cave, your idea has merit, and it is indeed a good way to resolve this situation. I'll confirm the book's price now, and then we can pay over there. That's great, thank you so much. Shortly afterwards, Cave accompanies the Academia staff to register the purchase of the book and pays the full amount. The staff member carefully wraps up the thoroughly marked up old book and gives it to him. What a blunder. Regardless, thank you so much for all your help. It was nothing, we were just kind of along for the ride. Still, Cave, it'd be better if you use something more erasable to make notes in the future. I understand, I'll never let myself subconsciously correct typesetting errors ever again. No, I mean, I'll never again borrow a book with such a long name, at least for a while. Al, hey Tom, you're here. I was looking everywhere for you. What is it? Guess what I've got in this little bag here? If I had to guess, a young man's tears of regret. And what would you know? Its reasoning knows no time. Oh my god, just yes, that. You actually bothered to memorize a ridiculous and boring name like that. That's just because when I was filling out the paperwork to buy it back at the Academia's office, I had to write it out over and over. Then it looks like this book has a new owner. Only because I subconsciously marked up the book with ink. Did you know that Tainari, Dia, and Sinol circled names in the book? And it all started because the name I circled was the real killer. To be perfectly honest, the moment I first saw the murderer's name circled, I knew this would happen. Wait a second, how come you've read the book too? I had the pleasure of reading it in the house of Dina. The logic is a mess. It's just poorly written. And you left the book out in the study. So you know I circled the killer. Then did you circle any names in the book? What do you think? So you did. The second one is mine. Why? The best way to avoid spoilers is to add a red herring. Then why just one? Tainari circled 3. I already significantly reduced the probably of the murderer's identity being spoiled for the next reader. That's more than enough. No need to worry about things that are beyond saving. And just why isn't it necessary? Using permanent ink to circle a name on the first page, that's obviously beyond saying. What kind of logic is that? I bet you just drew your circle for fun. If I must say so, then it's because the circling of the names is far more interesting than the book itself. Fair point. In the end, I only have myself to blame for using up all my pencils. I need to go buy some more. Congratulations, this one-of-a-kind, out-of-print book, personally penned by the hands of so many, is now yours. Is not yours. Do you think I look happy about it? I don't even want it. If it was Paimon, she wouldn't want it either. That's a no from me too. This was the quest, like... I don't know, guys. That was the worst quest I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But I almost snored at one point. I don't know, it just didn't make sense. Anyway, I'm glad that's done. Jesus Christ. Right, I'll just go take a good nap and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!